I've got the Henry Maxwell that were originally black. Here we go. Here's the black one, and then this one's it's brown now. I managed to strip the colour out to such a degree the skin was almost white, so I really did have my choice of colours, which was no mean feat to get black out. It took me about 5 hours with alcohol, and I've dyed it last night over the freshly stripped skin. Used dark brown. Just fiddle with this LED, it's flickering as usual. Ooh, there we go, you stupid thing. No, there we go. Sorry. Oh. An absolute nuisance, these lights, they really are. Never mind. Let's see if we can carry on. Sorry. What I want to do, I just want to use a little bit of very fine 240 grit finishing paper I just want to do a few highlights, very, very slightly lighter. So if I just moisturise these skins, they'll be absolutely stunning, but they're ancient and I don't want them all one solid colour. Oh, we're losing the LED. I'll try and carry on without it, never mind. And let's have a look. Oh, it's still working, just a dim rubbish thing. Never mind. What I'll do is I'll just where it would naturally highlight, like the toe caps, and where the shoe would naturally get rubbed on the trousers and catch the light, like the toes, the very, very edges, just here, very possibly might be lighter, just around the heels. The trousers tend to sort of rub around the edge of the heels, and then a tiny little bit, see if we can, let's just highlight the very, very edge of the broguing. I don't want to do much, just a tiny bit, just to create a slight flash of colour. Let's have a look. You won't be able to see very much whilst it's this dark. As I moisturise it, it will lighten slightly. Let's have a look. And I think we're probably, it's just like where the trousers over the years and years rub on the skin, possibly here. I'm just trying to think of the areas that you get a natural kind of tonal highlight. So definitely the toe caps and the hip, around about the heel area. I don't want to do the whole shoe, obviously. I just want to do a few flashes so we've got variations in tone. And if I can always change my mind afterwards if I've gone too far and it's too, we can easily put some slightly darker moisturiser on. And then let's just pick out. I do want to get this light working a bit better. Come on. Ah, there we go. Got it. There we go. Just pick out the broguing very slightly. I want the holes to be dark and then the very, very edges, I just want them to be slightly lighter. Just what the sun might do over the years. And I just don't want them to look new. I don't want them to be all one solid colour. I'm really keen for them to still look antique. Some of the holes are clogged here. I need to do something about that. I'm not sure. What could that be? The holes are clogged. I don't know why. I don't know what they're clogged with, but I'll definitely fish that out before I go any further with the moisturising. Let's have a look. That's about it, really. I really don't want to do a lot. I think just a slight flash down here. I've got 400 as well, just so I can finish this. Nice. You probably can't see it in this light. I'm working indoors. The shop's shut yet again. Normally wouldn't be behind me here. These are big roller shutter doors and they're closed. I've got to shut the shop. The shop's been closed for several days now due to the COVID lockdown, which is agony to be truthful with you, but they're the rules. Now then, I'm just going to pause the camera. I want to go and find my micro screwdrivers just to fish out whatever is blocking those little tiny brogue holes. So let me just freeze the camera. There we go, I'm back. I've just been and fetched my little micro screwdrivers. I'm actually going to do a tiny little bit more. I can always darken this very slightly if I change my mind with the moisturiser. I don't want to risk it coming out too dark. I've lightened the shoe for a reason. And the dye I've chosen looks quite dark, but I definitely want it black. I don't want it to be tan. But Yeah, it's got to have an antique, you know, edge to it, like an aged sort of patina. It's an aged shoe, but obviously when you fiddle with them, if you fiddle too much, I'm looking for my 400, I found it. If you fiddle too much with them, they look rather new, and that's the last thing I want. So let's just lighten it very carefully. We can always darken it, it's not a problem. There we go, just using very, very light abrasives. It just see, we're just getting a few tones sort of show through. And what I will do, I'll moisturise in the first instance with a much, much lighter moisturiser all over the dark bits as well. Now that won't lighten the darker areas, it'll enrich them and it'll moisturise the skins, but it won't lighten them. Let's have a look. Now I've got my little tiny screwdrivers here. There's a really tiny one. I just need to, whatever's in these, there's definitely something in these holes here. Probably just polish. I thought I'd cleaned all those out, to be honest with you. There we go. Yeah, I think it's just old polish. Let's just go through them very carefully. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Don't want to risk sort of sealing that in. It should have been out before. It's not a problem. Noticed it in time. That's better. There we go, no problem. Whoop. Is that a scratch? Yeah, I've scratched that. Let me just rub that with the 400. That'll get rid of the tiny little scratch that I've just put in it, because that will certainly get highlighted with the polish. There we go. I should take that out, no problem. Actually, looking at this, there's quite a few of the broken holes are blocked. I really did think I'd been through, but I must have missed that bit. I thought I'd already gone through and fished all these out. Tell you what I'm going to do. Once again, I'm going to pause the camera, and I'll fish out these little broken holes off camera. You don't need to see me spend 10 minutes doing that. So I've just spent a few minutes with the camera paused, just fishing out the it was all polished. I really did think I'd gone through this and fished all of the fished the polish out, but I clearly hadn't. So it's no harm done. At least I've noticed it before we've come to finishing. And I think, having had a really good look, I'm going to do a tiny little bit more with the 400 grit paper all over. I just want to remove a little bit more of the brown that went on yesterday. Just a tiny bit. We can always sort of deepen with polishers and moisturisers and so on. It's not a problem. But I do not want to miss this opportunity to get it slightly light. If I don't do it now, I can't do it. I lose the opportunity. All right. Foster & Son have got the most, in the Foster & Son store on Jermyn Street, obviously Foster & Son own Henry Maxwell. Yeah, they've got some original, obviously of course they've got original Foster bespoke pieces in there, samples, but they've got some spectacular Henry Maxwell. And I wanted these to look rather like a pair that I've seen in the showroom. And I think it's going to be quite successful, to be honest with you. Here we go, that's it. There we go, this is just going to be beautiful. The black pair will be fantastic too. You know, obviously I've yet to strip the other shoe, you know, to match this one, let alone address the black pair. Then I have another black pair which I'm definitely going to lighten those and probably do them, you know, like an antique sort of oxblood. All right, where's the 400? Here it is. Oh gosh. Here we go. It's kind of a weird thing to be re-adding the sort of patina to a already ancient pair of shoes, but there we go. Right. I'll tell you what I need to do. I just need to get a towel over my trousers. Just move the camera very slightly. There we go. And let's just face the camera down a touch. There we go. And I need a pair of gloves because I'm now going to start literally applying the first of the moisturisers. And Won't take long, just a couple of minutes for the first application, that is. And you know, just keep applying this moisturiser and applying it, you know, every single day for at least a week or two until these skins become very, very supple. I do need it on the tongue, but I'm not going to put it on the tongue at this stage. I want to get the outer skin a little bit more supple before I start bending things about. I've got my favourite sort of stained polish or moisturiser application cloth, and I'm going to use a much lighter cream, much lighter than the actual shoe itself. I don't want to risk making it too dark. So I'm not really dressed for it. Look at me, I'm wearing a tweed jacket. I don't want any on the jacket either, of course. So I'm putting it on pretty heavy all over. I can really feel this skin sucking this in. It's so thirsty, this skin. It's really pulling it in, sort of almost snatching it off the cloth. It's a weird feeling. The skin's so spectacularly dehydrated following the extensive stripping with the alcohol. I literally feel it almost literally tugging it off the cloth. Subsequent applications won't feel that way. It will be far more of a natural feel. You know, you can feel the difference, but it won't be dragging it out of the cloth. There we go. Yeah, that's fantastic. There we go. Just gingerly sort of holding my arms out. I don't want to get this on my tweed jacket. Shouldn't really be wearing this jacket for doing such a job, but I'm a fool. I always do silly things, and I wear silly things most of the time. There we go. That's it. That's one really sort of heavy application. It's all clogged into the broguing. I'll get the look at the broguing holes, absolutely full of this lighter cream. Just try and get a little bit onto the tongue, but no, I don't want to bend that area. Actually, I need a little bit more rubbing. I've left too much on the surface. Just go over it. I need to be able to sort of stab away at the broguing too, just to jab this the cream that's built up in the holes. Use a clean brush, and yeah, see, look, the holes are blocked. It looks bright orange in those holes, so I'll just stab it. There we go. And I'll do that all over, all down into the welting, all the overlaps, all the stitching. And you don't want any moisturiser sort of sitting on the surface. And this is it. That's all I'll do. And I'll give this a quick 30-second wipe down. Then I'll come back to this shoe in 24 hours time and keep reapplying the moisturiser. Where's my rag? There we go. Let me just get the correct bit. There it is. Which side did I use? That. Not that it really matters. There we go. Let's just one final rub to sort of force it into the skins. And after a few days, I'll start moisturising the sole as well. But I don't want. I put that on. Generally, do that separately when the skins have taken quite a bit on the dress skins, the top skins, and yeah, that's fine. I'll leave that. I'll give this a couple of applications, then I'll start doing the soles and around the welting, and I'll do that with a darker colour. But these are just going to be majestic. You can't really tell when it's got wet moisturiser, but once these have been buffed and moisturised and buffed, and then they'll have a nice clear coat of polish, they'll be just stunning.